the door open the thing I was looking. Let's look it.
This is the Suquash mine site. A short trail through the second growth forest will bring you upon multiple pieces of mining equipment and the old foundation and chimneys of a house that was constructed on site. So this is Suquash. It's like an abandoned coal mine. It's the oldest coal mine in British Columbia, and it's being taken over by the forest. You can kind of see a boiler or something behind me there, and it's not too far off the logging road. If you park at the logging road and walk in, you're only like 2 minutes from all this old mining equipment. I'll have to do some research and find out exactly how old this place is, but it's pretty old, and there's a lot of history here, and there's quite the story behind this place. I think they tried to reopen coal mining up here in the 50s or 60s or 70s or something, but I don't think it worked out because I don't think the concentration of coal in the ground versus the ore is that high. So the Suquash mine dates back to the early 1800s and was worked by indigenous peoples until around the 1930s. The coal was hand mined for the Hudson's Bay Company and was used by the British Navy. The coal was delivered to awaiting vessels by canoe and later was delivered by a short-length railway. There were around 9,000 tons of coal mined here from 1849 till 1852, until more promising mines in the Nanaimo and Seattle area were discovered. The mine was sold to the Pacific Coast Coal Company in 1908 and produced another 13,000 tons of coal until 1913. And work halted in 1914 due to World War I. The mine had 2 shafts, and shaft 1 was left to flood in 1914, and shaft 2 was built to use 2 cages and a concrete collar, but was left abandoned after only reaching a depth of 4 meters. Shaft 1 was pumped out in 1920, but the Pacific Coast Coal Company went out of business 2 years later, and the mine was abandoned in 1922. There was a small town established here for the workers, and this area had around 20 houses, a bunkhouse, store, and an electrical generator. There was also a small rail line from the mine to the loading wharf. Scraps of the rail line can still be seen today. Shaft 1 was reworked in 1952, and the only way to the mine at that time was still by boat. The mine today is totally abandoned, and there's still a ton of things to see at the old mine site, including mining equipment and the openings of Shaft 1 and Shaft 2. Suquash Mine sits in a second growth forest, and if you visit this place, you'll see that it's slowly being overtaken by the trees. Caution should be exercised around the mine site, as there is a steep drop to the beaches below. A fall from this height would most definitely be fatal. If you have a chance to visit Suquash Mine, I'd highly recommend it. It's very interesting looking at all the artifacts still laying around the forest.
I can't do it.
This is straight down to the ocean. You would die if you went down there.
I'm running. I did a video. So I can't get through the park. We'll go back to the park last.
Get out and find your adventure. And as always, I wish you were here.